The first creative spark in my model railroading journey was scenery. It was my gateway into the hobby. Sure, dumping ground foam was easy, but I wanted depth and realism. That's when I discovered Sculptamold. Sculptamold is a lightweight, printable modeling compound that holds terrain features like rock molds beautifully. It's made by American Art Clay Company Incorporated, or AMCO. Mostly we see this in 3-pound bags. It lasts a long time. I've used 1.5 bags in 15 years. Sculptamold is a crushed paper product similar to plaster, but lighter. You don't need cloth or porous material to apply it. It's perfect for terrain and scenery, and even for creating molds. To prepare it, the instructions say to mix 2 parts Sculptamold with 1 part water. Personally, I prefer equal parts. It creates a moldable paste that holds its form well during drying. Let's make rock molds on the cheap. Crumple some aluminum foil, then unfold and create your desired shape and thickness. As noted earlier, pour in a wetter mix of Sculptamold. AMCO recommends even parts for the molds. Add the Sculptamold mix to the mold and let it firm up for about 30 to 45 minutes, then remove it from the foil. Ideally, use a drying rack. I'm a rebel, so I just use a paper towel and flip it every few hours. Because molds hold more water, allow several days for full drying. You have a couple options for adding molds to the base scenery. If using Sculptamold as your scenery material, it's easy to add the molds when the Sculptamold base is still wet. You can also add the molds after the scenery base is dry. This may be advantageous when using dissimilar scenery materials. In either case, I prefer adding rock molds after the base dries. Simply dry fit the rocks, break them up to reshape them and fit as needed. Then use fresh Sculptamold as paste to secure the rocks and fill any gaps. Once dry, it's time to bring your terrain to life. Use reference photos or go freestyle. I use the leopard spotting technique. Apply colors from light to dark, then finish with a black wash for depth. There are plenty of pigment washes available commercially from companies like Woodland Scenics and many others. I prefer to use craft paints. I like acrylic paints because they are non-toxic, thin well with water, are inexpensive for most people, and they dry fast, making the step a breeze. I thin the paints with distilled water to make my washes. You will notice many washes made with isopropyl alcohol because the IPA evaporates fast and dries the pigment quickly. Do not use IPA with craft paints. It will just break up the pigments and render the paint unusable. Ask me how I know. The final step with your Sculptamold scenery is to seal it with scenic cement or watered down white glue. Finish up by adding shrubs, talus, grass, water, snow, whatever brings your scene to life. Sculptamold adapts to many looks, plain gray rocks, snowy scenes, or water and foliage combinations. It's versatile and it's forgiving. I hope this inspires you to just jump in and try Sculptamold on your layout or diorama. If you have questions about Sculptamold, the techniques shown here, or ideas for future model railroading primer articles and videos, comment below, reach out on Facebook, or email me with the subject line Sculptamold primer question. Catch more tips like this on our Friday night live stream by subscribing to this channel and clicking the notification bell.